Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charles and this is episode 27 of our mission to Mars. Okay, I'll put this on a worker and I'll just get out of the way here. Oh, I can see I forgot to do it again. I need to set this to the fast running or I will drive myself crazy. So, as I said that I have harvested all of these remaining sorghum fields, and I've got now a helper going, and I know on this field they'll miss quite a bit, but I've got them going, and in these fields I am now drilling, let's see, what is it, soybeans. Yeah, I've got it right there on the screen. I can see that right now. So anyway, I am doing soybeans, but I have some things sitting here and waiting. I have been waiting for you to join me. If you remember, when we left off last, I told you that I would update you on where we were with the our sorghum numbers, because we did harvest quite a bit of sorghum in the last episode, and that harvest got us up to 470,367 liters. And our sunflowers that we also harvested, some of those at the time we had gotten up to 287,709. Now, in our greenhouses inside the pig dome here, we do make some sunflowers, and we don't need any of those sunflowers for the pig food. And so when that gets emptied, those do come over here. So there has been a slight increase in the sunflowers, but nothing with the sorghum. But I have a trailer of sorghum here and a harvester sitting out there with the rest of the sorghum in it. So we can go ahead and empty this, and then we can get our new totals on that. Okay, there's another 52,000 added to it. And just so you know, I did increase the capacity on this harvester. This is our first reaper harvester, or the only reaper harvester, I guess, that we have. I increased the capacity of that so that I could get all of the remaining bit of this harvest in it. I did actually use two harvesters, but I have already emptied the other harvester, and that was what was in the trailer here to begin with, and the rest of it was in that harvester we just took this load from. So. Okay, that's 2 loads. And I can tell you that I have not purchased any new equipment in between the last episode and this one. But like I say, I have made some modifications to some. Actually, I do need to kind of check it almost and see if it held. Because if you notice from the past episodes, I was a little bit surprised because I thought that I had a little bit higher capacity, that I had gone for a little bit higher capacity in some of the new harvesters. And yet, when I went to harvest with them, they weren't that high of a capacity anymore. And I was beginning to think that maybe it had been reset. So I have upped those again. One harvester I have made some cosmetic changes to, and I'll show you that. Okay, there's 3. How many more can we get out of this harvester here? Let's see. Okay, that's all of that. So 3 full ones and a partial. And then we will see what our new total on sorghum is. Okay, get this out here, and we'll run back to here. Sorghum is now at 653,195 liters, so that it's now become our new total. It has surpassed sugar beets. Let's see, the corn there hasn't changed, oat hasn't changed. Sunflowers is now, like I say, with those crates of sunflowers grown in those greenhouses in the pig dome. It's brought our total here for sunflowers up to 290,000, so we're just below 300,000 on that one as well. So soybeans is the one that's lagging behind, and that's one of the reasons why all of, like this field here, when it gets done, all of these are going to get done in soybean, and we're going to try and raise that number a little bit. Let's see, I can go ahead if I can get around that harvester there, or that header. Okay, and I'll fold that up. I'll take it over here and kind of park it a little bit. I need to head over in this direction anyway. Okay, so while I've got a helper going on that over there, I'm trying to keep ahead of them. As you can see here, I have my slurry tank, and I was running into a little problem with my slurry because I had too much of it to go in any of the productions, and I was like, wow, you know, they're making it faster than I can use it. And both of the pig enclosures were almost full with slurry. And I said, okay, what am I going to do with this? And then I remembered I have a sprayer attachment for the slurry, and I can put that on my fields. So I've only got this field and the field that harvester was sitting in over there before. Let's see. So it's turned on, and lower it, and then it'll start working. Oh, no it won't, because I have turned it off. Let's try and get back to where I think maybe I was. There-ish. Oh, no, never mind. That's the reason. Okay, I just looked, and that's the reason why it wasn't putting any out, because I am out of slurry. That's why I had stopped there, I guess. Yeah, so I got down here early this morning, and I harvested all of that, and then I started putting slurry in the fields, and I've had some workers going, drilling the soybeans into some of the other fields over on the other corner of the map here, just to my right, and just made it down to the field where he's running in there right now and appears to be doing pretty well. Let's see, I need to go around here. And the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to have quite enough slurry to finish all of these fields. If I don't, it's fine. I can... Oh, these trees disguise the end of that, and I always think, oh, I've reached the pig dome, but I haven't. All of these greenhouses have all been filled with water as well. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at this, hoping, just got my fingers crossed, just hoping for a full tank every time I pull up there now. I probably need, I'm probably going to need one or two more. But yeah, we've almost got this, all this slurry spread. We'll try and finish this field up here before I get the notice. Before I get the notice about the worker being done, because I'm sure once the worker is done, I'll have to go over and fix some of those spots. Okay, we'll unfold that, kind of try and get in the center. Yeah, see, the problem is I get up here a little bit and I can't see where I have stopped. It's about here-ish. So I'm going to turn it on. And lower. Okay. Not much left to do here, but it didn't look like that worker had much left to do on that field over there either. That is a tricky field for workers though, so I'm sure there was some missed. There usually is anyway. Looks like I veered off course and missed a little bit of that. Not a huge deal, but I don't think, yeah, there's not a way to adjust how wide this this spreader is putting out the slurry. So if I went down through there, it would be putting, the full course all the way across, and I might as well just leave that little strip undone. But you can see how fast it uses it, just that little bit, and then this one trip down, we're already under 50%. we'll fold that up while we get around to our last field that needs this. We'll unfold that again. Give a little pass. Our first pass will be on this end down here, down where those trees are down there. It has a tendency to not want to come all the way to the end. So we'll just do a little, cut off a little bit of the headland on the end here. Oh, it's good timing too, I guess. Looks like our cedar is done. Well, we won't be bringing it over to this field anyway. I'll see how much seed that cedar has left in it. Can we get to the end of this row? 3, 2, 1, 0. Almost made it. Anyway, okay, we'll get out of there. Oop, where am I going? Where am I going? I've lost my bearings here. Okay. Oh, there's the tractor. There it is. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, it got all of this. Yeah. Okay, well, it didn't do too bad. It missed, I mean, I expected it to miss all of these because I only did one headland around instead of two. Okay. Yeah, it's only got 28% fertilizer. Let's go ahead and preempt any interruptions, and let's go ahead and fill this. I'll take a chance and just go ahead and set it off without doing anything, and we'll see how it does. Because I do need the time to go and refill this and everything anyway. So, well, let's see. What can I tell you about that's happened? I guess update on everybody here. The first thing I guess I can tell you, my son number one came over and he talked to me just yesterday, and he needed a little bit of fatherly advice as to what was happening. It seemed to him that suddenly, I told you about him giving Bella that emerald ring and telling her it was a promise for the future of other rings to come. He said that since then, more and more, she has been talking, bringing up the subject of children, asking him questions about, if he would like children, how many he would like, boys or girls, things like that, what it would be like to have a family. And, it seems like those comments are just coming more and more. And he was a little bit, I guess, stumped as to why that all of a sudden. And, so I mentioned to him, I told him, I said, look, son, remember, she's older than you are. She's at a stage in her life where, she sees her biological clock as ticking, and she's wondering how much time she has left really to have a child if you want to. And so that's what she's thinking about. And, so I told him, that even Bella, somebody who, like I say, doesn't have a shy bone in her body and doesn't hold back on a lot of things, something like that, something as sensitive as that, when you're involving another person in it and everything, it does get to, to be a little bit of a sensitive topic to talk about. So, just know that that's the reason why she's doing it. You've given her this ring, you've given her that promise, so it's gotten her thinking, and she's calculating per her age and everything. How old am I going to be if I have a child at this age, and when I get to be, when they're 18, how old will I be? All that kind of stuff, and I told him that his mom and I started much sooner. When we were much younger than what she is, and so he has to put that take that into consideration and everything. So he seemed to take all that in, and be pretty thoughtful about it and stuff. So what will come of it, who really knows? Watch this space and we'll find out. Another thing, let's see, I guess, for son number two, some exciting news, I guess, is that his engineering training that he was doing, most of it online, but his training that he was doing is now done. And he is now reporting for work 5 days a week. And, in some ways that's good. In some ways, it's got him down a little bit. Gone are those days when Megan would come in the mornings and he would walk her down to the honey and then run back, and then run back to his computer. Now he's on his way to work when she's getting here, so he meets her at the shuttle. They have when she gets off the shuttle, They have about enough time for a hug and a kiss and a couple of words, and then he's on the shuttle and off on his way to work. Also, not getting to meet her every day after school, which he had started doing. You know, he had really fallen into that whole idea, and she loved it too. You know, this idea of walking her home from school. You know, and some days they did walk. You know, he did take her all the way home. Some days they came here. Some days they stayed and just did something. You know, especially if it was on a Friday or something like that, they would you know, have some kind of a date there in the main dome. And you know, so you know, I told him too. You know, I could see that he was upset about it a little bit, and I said, well, you know, yes, your routine has been disrupted, but you know, I hate to, you know, to put it so bluntly, but what, you know, I kind of said, welcome to adulting. You know, that's, you know, schedule is going to get in your way, and you know, your commitment will show, you know, the effort you put into finding time, or finding time to replace that schedule you lost with other time and make it quality time. So hopefully, you know, he'll, you know, after in time anyway, you know, they'll settle into a new routine, and it'll all be, you know, he'll be in a better frame of mind, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, we are not going to make it. Oh shoot! I accidentally raised the. Do that. We'll put that back down. Decide to go off on a tangent there. There we go. I'm not going to have enough to finish, so yet another load. So yeah, and then I guess for Megan, this is her last, you know, last month for high school. She's going to be graduating. She'll be out of high school. She'll get a small break. Like, you know, I told you they do a year-round school here. They only get a small break. She'll get that small break, and then she will be going to college in the veterinary medicine department. So definitely a big call for that here. Also, I can tell you that it was just yesterday that Megan and the treasure hunting team came over, and they have now. Let's see if I can get that last bit that I didn't do on this row somewhat lined up anyway. Okay, that's definitely done that. There's a little bit down in here somewhere, hard to know exactly where that is, and then that's got to have it because we did most of that entire row. So, but yeah, the treasure hunting team has found all now of the items that I hid. They admitted, you know, what I told them was true. It was much harder to find these. The last thing they had were the 3 of the pairs of sunglasses, you know, and those are so small, you know, and that the fact that they could be anywhere on this farm. So, but they have found those. So later today, I will be taking the. That's another 120,000 for their school. Okay, so all of this is done now. Okay, we'll just leave that right there for now, because I'll either put that back in the cow dome or in the pig dome. I don't know. I have emptied the pig slurry much more recently than I have the cows. So. And I guess the last thing we can talk about, I guess, is that last bit of news anyway is that the version 2 of these farm domes is now here. I can tell you that they are much different than the current dome that I came into. Let's see, fill that, close it, and you know, these are this dome is very quiet compared to what those new domes are going to be. Okay, that's got corn. I don't want corn. I want soybeans. Hire a worker on that. Get out of the way. Something that I can show you, this is our mayonnaise production. Over here is our oil factory, and what I was discovering is that the oil factory was not keeping up with the oil needed for the mayonnaise factory. And so something I put in before the last episode, and I forgot to mention it in the last episode, is this this oil production. You know, I love that it's such a small size and everything. And when it puts the crates out here, it actually stacks them in I think 2s, maybe 3s. I can't remember now. So now I have 2 basically oil mills feeding that production. So hopefully I'll be able to keep up with that now. Okay, let's see now. Where did I... Yep, I left it right there. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to need the trailer. See, yep. Bad habit of mine. I'm going back over there anyway, but I'm leaving the trailer right there. Eventually I do come back and clean all my stuff up and say, wow, I've got everything out and I can't find anything. Oh, a little bit of a close turn there. So yeah, let's see what we've got in. Let's see, this is the one that I usually pull with this, yeah. And of course it needs to be filled, so. So yeah, those new domes. There's a lot more activity in those. You know, they've with this. Okay. There it filled. Okay. Yeah, with this dome, you know, this would the most of the stuff they have here were like parts and pieces and things that they brought from Earth. The new domes are incorporating a lot more, you know, and standard things that we knew worked on Earth, and we could probably get them to work here on Mars and everything. And so the new one is a lot more the result of research that they've done since they've been on Mars. You know, taking in the lower gravity and stuff like that. And so let's get this on the right. Let's go back around, I guess. Soybean. You know, so they've got all kinds of things in there, new productions, you know, new really high-tech productions that kind of, you know, can't, that you as the farmer, I don't know all the details of, I don't know all the details, you know, because I would imagine that they have to be a little bit different than they are, than they were for when you took over a dome like this. There are fields in it. They've added more fields. Ironically, a lot of them in the same place where I've added fields in here. Some, not in all the places. They still have that 10,000 tree requirement, even though you can't. You know, at least in this one, you weren't able to plant 10,000 trees, and I'm kind of questioning if you can in the second one either, because like where I planted a lot of my trees in this was up above on that top section, and you know, and they and on that top section they have. Let's see what this guy's has finished. Well, let's see how much you finished. Oh wow, this whole section over here wasn't done. Worker logic. But yeah, up on that top level, they've actually added another, one of the fields that they've added is on that top level. They've actually put a field up there, and they've put a lot of stone, very large section. They've taken up one of the large sections with a lot of stone that you can take like a front loader up there and everything, and gather that stone up and get it processing and make lime out of it or whatever. But they've got that. They've got you know, anti-gravity trucks and vehicles that, you know, there are now roads going through the there are roads going through the dome, and oh, none of that's been done over there, I know. So we'll get this over here first, I guess. But yeah, there are roads going through, and so there's traffic that you have to dodge in the domes now. Now, about those domes, as I understand it, they are when they all of the domes right now are pretty well spaced out. You know, they were afraid of grouping everything too close together. If there was a big storm, if there was some kind of disaster, they didn't want it to affect multiple domes. But I think they did have, like, I told you way back, the reason why I acquired those greenhouses that are in the pig dome were because they did have, they had a dome that was collapsed. It was nearly destroyed by a storm, and when it was still under construction and everything, and they had stuff in there, and so I got, they were able to salvage those greenhouses, and that's how I got those from that. So anyway, that was their thinking early on, but this is kind of colony development stage 2 now, and they are these new domes. The first new ones that they have done are actually placed. Let's see how best to explain this. If you go to the admin dome, and from the perimeter of that you go out away from it 2 miles, and you draw a circle 2 miles out, all the way around the admin dome, and that's basically what you've got as and that 2 miles out all the way around is where they're putting the new domes. And they're not all farm domes. They've got farm domes. They've got heavy industry domes, which only have heavy industry in it. Like I say, there are quite a few new productions in the farm domes too. But they've got some for that. They're doing a couple of domes that are just for like almost suburban housing. And if the houses that we put in here are any indication, those are going to be popular. They are planning on like a whole new, an increasing wave of people coming to Mars, and they have to have space for them, and so they're doing entire domes that are just just houses and some apartments and some townhouses, like what they have put up above here. And I can now tell you, now that I'm talking about that and thinking about it, all of those houses and all of those townhouses are now occupied. They tell me that, some of those domes are still under construction for the new housing and everything, and so they are, I gave them permission, so they are going to come and put some more housing in here. A mixture probably of what they have already, some houses and some of those 4-unit townhomes. I don't think we're doing any more apartment blocks in here. That was just for the people who actually work at the productions in these domes. Or in this dome. I said these domes because I'm looking at these smaller domes around me here. Yeah, the horses are still doing okay. I have to say that's another thing that makes me think about, now that Megan is going to be going to college, I'm going to have to find out, her schedule is going to change, and I may have to look at the fact that she may not be able to help out as much as she has, and boy, I tell you, she has been a real help to me. Doing so much to take care of the animals and everything, and just transporting the honey every morning too has been a big help. So if she ends up not being able to do that anymore, that's going to be that's going to be that much more that I'll have to take on, I guess. So, and I am a creature of habit, so it'll take me a while to get used to that. Okay, so that's gotten this awkward section over here. I'm going to go over and... Oh, and there's the line up through there, too. I'm going to get this section at the end so this tractor has a little bit of room to turn around. Oh, crazy driving, going too fast. Okay, move over just a little bit and get this end. Oh, somebody finished their work. Let's see who that is. I'm going to get this straightened out first, though. It must be that, must be the Fent that's finished. Because I just saw our other seeder there, the tractor still going. Okay, set that going and get out. We'll go find our tractor and get it moved. But yeah, so I was telling you about the those other domes. I'll get back to that. You can tell I'm a little scattered today, but anyway, oh gosh. This needs forgot to lime this. I forgot to check it. Anyway, that'll be something that I have to take care of. I may have to come back and lime all these before lime and roll anyway. But with those domes, yeah, go out 2 miles from the edge of the admin dome and draw a circle, and it's on that circle that where the new domes are at. And the reason there's traffic is because they also have tunnel boring machines that are boring tunnels so that trucks can drive from one dome to another, and that's why there are roads in the domes now, because it's those trucks and everything, those hovering trucks and everything are going to be the traffic that goes from dome to dome on that, and they can transfer goods back and forth. It makes it easier for the guys that come in to set up buildings and things like that to bring things in. They also have a train that goes from one to the other, and then all those, and then it goes all the way around. But there are also tunnels that go to the admin dome, so it's all connected. So basically, they've still got a little bit of space between them, so they don't want to you know, they don't want a dome to, you know, like implode right next to another one or something like that. So they are still putting some space between them. Okay, and here there is a barley crop in here to be harvested and everything. So this, if you remember, was the harvester that was mismatched with its header. And so you can see that I have done a little bit of repainting on this and gotten it to more closely match the colors on the header, and I think that matches much better now. Okay, I'm not sure why I was disconnected from the header there, but okay, let's go and let's harvest some barley. Yeah, you'll notice that barley is not something that I have planted in any of my other fields. It's not something that that I need for the colony storage or anything. It's not one of my crops for that. But I am, let's see, get back from that, be a little bit quieter, at least in my ears. But barley is one of the things that I need for the pig food production. So so that's the reason why I planted this in here. Yeah, so as soon as this harvest is over, I can just take this harvester directly into the pig dome and dump it into that silo there. Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but those shadows from the dome really do, you know, mess with my vision a little bit. I mean, it's not so bad, I guess, with this color crop in here, but like when you know, when I'm, you know, mowing grass or something like that in the dome, it's really you know, reflecting off the green of the grass. It's really hard to tell a shadow from a windrow, basically. So yeah, I think now that we've gotten that last drill going on that field, I think that's the last. I think that's the last field to be drilled. See. Yeah, those shadows mess with my vision, and I turned too soon, and I missed that right in the center there. Oh, okay. Really? I am not doing well with this. I'm missing bits everywhere. It's a big harvester, big header on this, so makes for a nice quick harvest anyway. Okay, I'll try and grab this last main piece here, and then I'll come back for all the pieces that I missed. Okay, let's put this right here. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to get out and move our telehandler here. It's okay, I'm gonna need that telehandler over at the oil mill to move those pallets over there. Let's see if we can get enough distance here to okay, barely got it in there, but we did. Okay, let's see. How are we doing over here? Still got a little bit left. And it's still going. Over here, this is done. Okay, and I have left everything else sitting out, so I'll go ahead and put this away. Okay. It says an AI worker is finished, so it's either the small seeder that we passed on the way here, or it's the Fendt tractor that's been. Let's see. Let's unfold this. Okay, and let's go see how much that guy has left. Oh yeah, this guy's still got a little bit, but anyway, I think this is going to be our last field that we need to get seeded. I need to go back and apparently lime and roll all of these fields, but I've already been recording for a little over an hour now, and so that, I don't want to get these. I've been trying to keep these episodes a little bit shorter. But just so much to do, it's kind of hard to do that without going into a lot of time lapses or cutting out a lot of things. But anyway, I hope all of you are doing well. I want to thank you for watching. If you could help me out by hitting all the buttons down below, especially the like, subscribe, notification if I post a new video, since I don't do it on a regular basis except for my Flashback Friday videos. So any other day of the week I could drop a video, so go ahead and hit the notification bell so that you know when I do drop a video, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.